y'all? It's Mary.
And Amma.
And we are the mother-daughter duo. And today we are going to be reviewing Michelle's season of The Bachelorette. What episode is today?
I think it is the second.
Second
one.
episode, yes. So
Second or third.
Yes.
I think it's the second.
Yes, second episode.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So we are going to be reviewing the second episode.
Yes. And I have my notepad.
So we're going
I want to keep up with the guys. My memory is not what it used to be. So I'm trying to keep up with who is who.
She acts 70, but she's really 30. But okay. But so we are going to start with we got we are where we are at
starting a little
we're at the cocktail party. That's where we are now. But so what do you think so
No,
far?
not cocktail party. This is the group date.
Yeah, the group date.
The group date. We're gonna have to next week.
We'll probably start from the beginning.
Yeah, we'll say what we thought about some of them.
Yeah, but the date that but the group date that they had, I thought was fine. My only thing was
the class
that
in session.
Yeah, the class in session was very cool. My only thing was that I did not think it was necessary for that guy to say Peter was a narcissist. It's really about Michelle. So why start unnecessary drama? That's not why you're there.
Exactly. And we already saw that in, I don't remember whose season, Tayshia's season.
Bennett and Noah.
I had forgotten about the other guy, Noah.
Yeah.
Right. Okay, yeah. And then they could not, for some reason.
They were obsessed with each other.
Yeah, very
for
obsessed.
Some odd
Instead
reason.
of being obsessed about
Tayshia. Yeah.
Yeah.
Hot
so
mess.
That's true. But yeah, the class in session, you're right. You're right about that. Narcissist. Yeah.
That's not why you're there.
Yeah. Yeah. And then he was really upset because he looked like he was, very emotional, very upset about it. So obviously, maybe it triggered something,
I felt
right?
like he was low-key. I mean, I don't want to say fake, but it just seemed like you were trying to drag it
Being
on
like a
for so
victim
much.
a little bit.
Like, if you're secure in yourself, you're not a narcissist.
Right. But
you would probably, I don't know.
Narcissist is a hard word, though. It's a harsh word these days. Everybody, is talking about narcissist, so that's not. But what do you think about the musical chairs? That guy, was it still Peter?
It was
right?
the same guy. Like, you're pushing people and all this stuff. Like,
but that guy at the end, he was like, "Oh no,
yeah, that man said, "Hell no, you ain't fit embarrass me, not up in these streets."
He held on to that. I said, "Bro, was that Olu?"
That was Olu.
No, it wasn't Olu. Olu doesn't have yeah, it wasn't Olu. It wasn't Olu. It was the other guy, but I don't know his name. We're
gonna figure it out.
I'll find out what his name is. Yeah, but I don't know his name yet. He hasn't had you know how they have their confessionals?
Yeah.
He hasn't had like a little confessional yet.
Yeah.
So,
but the date, what do you think of the date?
The other thing I wanted to say about the last step of that class in session, Michelle kind of dissed. I thought, like, when Peter was whispering, she didn't even, like, really look at him, and I don't know if she didn't see it, and then the little girl had to say, shh.
The little girl saw it, so I know Michelle saw it. But Michelle probably is like, this is not what this is about. You're not about to sneak whisper to me. Just participate. Which is why he failed the class session. And he did not get his thing to blow up. Because you distracted. Just participate.
That's
and
true.
get her attention in a subtle way.
Okay, well, let's stop it.
Okay.
It has come back on, so.
Alrighty.
Okay.
We are back.
We are back. Mariam is juicing in between.
Yes.
Our takes. Now,
so
we just saw Jamie. Well,
we didn't finish
the other ones.
So
about
the talking, the dates.
Yes. Okay.
So I think that's where we were.
Okay, yes, during the... how about that arguing that they did after when she was talking to Olu? And Olu.
African brother. What's up,
We're here for you, Olu. We're here for Olu. Okay. All right, but yes, it was very loud when she was talking to Olu.
This is the same thing. They do this almost every season. I don't understand why y'all gotta have an argument there.
Yeah.
Which goes back to what I was saying is you should not have even started drama if you're really there for Michelle.
Yeah.
Like, if the guy's being a narcissist, so what?
Yeah.
Okay? That's not why you're there. Exactly. Zach from Tayshia's season never ever worried about some man drama. He focused on what he was there for.
Yeah.
And you guys they're arguing there. Of course, it's gonna put a bad taste in her mouth. But
Brandon cannot spell.
Brandon can't spell, but he is yummy. Okay.
Very yummy.
Very.
Very yummy. He's young.
He's young.
But you know, during Matt's season. During Matt's season, of all the girls there, we were like, Michelle can kiss. Like, she was a kisser. You could tell the people who know how to kiss. Even though Matt was, he was not a good kisser at all with his weird open eye stuff that he was doing. But Michelle was a good kisser, and she is a good kisser.
Yeah.
And Brandon, you know, he is a good kisser now.
Yeah.
And just the stuff he said to her, and the way he holds her, she
it just was authentic and genuine. Like, he's just being himself. You know, I could be blinded by his looks, but
I don't think so. He just seems really nice and genuine, and he looks at her and stuff.
We're giving him an 8 out of 10 because we can't give him the whole 10 till we really see.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if she wants. You know, a lot of women who are may say they want tall guys and stuff like that. I like Brandon. So far, I like Brandon, and I like Rick. I love Rick's eyes.
Rick?
He's the one who popped his head out of the table. I like him. When he first came with that whole thing out of the table, I was like,
get out the table,
but he
please.
has very beautiful eyes. He just has a kindness to him that I like. Let's talk about Jamie for a second. The one who talked about the third world countries that he just goes to anytime he feels like it. First of all, it just sounds odd. You talk about third world countries. You know, I don't think people who are in the quote-unquote third world countries like to be called third world countries.
It's a little rude.
Like, why? Anyhow.
And if you go
he seems
there,
a little arrogant to me. But I don't know. I don't know this guy. And you know what is weird? I love Jamie.
She loved him the first day.
He was my first one.
I was like this.
I love Jamie. He smiled, everything. And he seemed mature. But when he had that little spiel with the guys and whatever, it seemed kind of arrogant to me. And it just seems
weird.
Like why would you even say that?
You just got a date with Michelle,
and then you also have to check her out after you just got a date that other people did not get.
If you didn't know she was the one for you, like, if you didn't know she's the one for you, then why are you there? Why are you there if you have to?
Anywho. Well, it's on again.
Continue on with the date.
After the moment.
Okay. I was getting ready to sing the Caroline Jones song and then heard Rihanna. I was like, oh. Okay, we are back.
That was from her anti-album.
Yes, we love Rihanna.
Yes.
Okay, so where were we? Okay.
The date. She was on her date with Jamie.
Yes.
I think we have a confession.
Well, before we do actually, yes. Let's go ahead with confession first. We love like Jamie again. Because, you know, when I first saw him, he came out of that limo. I loved him from that moment. Just his smile. He seemed such a caring person. And then he's talking to the men and I'm like, And then, you know that rock climbing they did? That's what's rocks outside, y'all. I was thinking, what if they hurt themselves?
I could never.
That was not inside the building. I was looking out. I was like, wait, is that... Those are other rocks. Okay, all right. But good on them.
Yeah.
Able to climb, like, wow.
I think I will crack my skull open on the first rock.
I will try that indoors first. But obviously they know what they're doing.
Well, I'm scared of heights, so I can't even do the indoor rock climbing.
Yes. But on their date, though, when he was sitting with her, I don't know. Sometimes he shifted his eyes. I don't know if... I did see his hand on her bottom, though. He was caressing or something. But I don't know if I felt as though she was, at that moment, she seemed to be more into him than he was into her. And I'm just not sure because they didn't, he had not shared his story when they sat down. But
I just felt like it was a little too touchy-feely for the first date with the whole grabbing of the...
had a
cherry.
good grab.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought. But she seemed to like it because she leaned into him. So obviously she's feeling Jamie.
Yeah.
But
the
okay, go ahead.
But the date when he opened himself up and was so vulnerable.
Oh my God.
I thought at first, I was like, isn't that a lot to put on somebody the first date? But I guess because it's such a high-speed process, they need to be vulnerable. So I thought it was really commendable.
I'm so
that
happy he did that.
Yeah. The fact that he was even able to talk about that, like, your mom committing suicide.
And went through that.
And he did shed one tear.
And then she tried, I guess because maybe
hopefully
he's gone through the
healed.
healing.
Yeah.
Yes,
so that's,
because I think he has gone through that healing. That's why, but...
So
and then
level
mom
maturity,
to,
I think.
Like 12, 13, seeing your mom, like...
Slit her wrist?
No, I think he said she had a knife wanting to slit her wrist.
God.
And then being in school, you know, and then, you know, being someone who has gone through, you know, there was a time I thought about suicide, you know, and of course I have, you know, my son who at one time thought about suicide. So that's tough. And then, you know, I mean, you had to go through that with your brother.
That was a lot going on.
That was a lot, you know, and then I cannot imagine how he was feeling at such a young age.
Like, you can't even live your life because you're thinking that your mom might be taken away from you any second.
Especially your mom, yeah. So maybe that's why he does jet off anytime he feels like, because he knows how precious life is.
Yeah, life.
You know, and stuff, so...
All this to say, we like Jamie, and we like
Jamie
vulnerable.
again. I'm happy I like Jamie again because he seemed mature in the beginning.
Somebody's crying.
And
hold on.
Okay, we gotta go.
Red team looks like they've never been in a basketball court.
Shady.
The red, yeah, that was kind of shady.
There we go, Granny Smith.
Granny Smith. This other team.
Oh, the apple dude.
Oh.
When he was the red apple.
I thought she was calling him Granny. Oh my goodness.
He couldn't hit water if he fell out of a boat, folks.
Okay, this announcer.
Shady.
Finally, a timeout.
Y'all see the shade?
This blue team looks like they're running away from this thing. We should just call this early, go home, have a cocktail.
You got this, yo.
Lock it in.
The competitive side of me, playing basketball, I don't like taking losses. So we gotta get time with Michelle tonight. I need to do better.
Red team had a call timeout. Here they come.
I like Joe. He is fine, okay?
Chris. Up ahead to Joe.
Oh! All right now.
Go Lover Boys! Woo!
You know, he's always gonna be.
Okay, his name is not Spencer, Mariam. It's Nate. Oh, it is some Nate. You know his name is no Spencer. Come on now.
Damn.
Okay, red team. Okay, come on. Blue. I'm for blue all the way. Come on.
I'm for the red team. What you mean?
Because Joe,
I'm for the red team.
I mean, like he.
Woo!
Okay.
Okay, Joe. No.
See. Okay. See.
Joe, he's played at the highest level, but on top of that, like he's been quiet about it all. He hasn't really been boasting about it, how great of the player he was.
That was beautiful.
It is coming down to the wire. Who's gonna go home?
Can we just say Joe is fine? Yeah, I agree.
That was nice.
I like Clayton. The one that's really big.
I mean,
like a.
He country strong, okay? And tall.
I don't know how many snaps he gets.
10 out of 10.
And that's going to do it for the Bachelorette
Who won?
battle, with the blue team winning and getting that chance to
Blue
spend
team
that
won.
time with Michelle.
Ooh,
The red
blue team
was
won.
Boo!
And to shed some tears.
Ooh,
It kind of sucked.
I
A lot
know.
of these guys weren't necessarily in their natural element, so
Oh.
you know, a little bit of a disadvantage. But yeah, it's just unfortunate that I won't get
Joe.
time with Michelle tonight.
Joe.
Kudos to them. They tried their best, but like, sorry, not sorry, man. I'm about to go see my ladies.
That's Spencer.
Great job
That's
today.
Spencer. I think he's the one who grabbed
We
the
also
chair.
have our MVP of the day. This is someone that
Oh, no, I don't
was
think
really
so.
impressed by. So, Joe, with
Ooh,
this award, you're
Joe.
gonna get invited to the after party.
Huh.
Appreciate
Just because he ghosted her, I'm just like,
it's a little bit of a red flag. I like Joe.
Go to the cocktail party tonight, even though I lost. I'm really excited about that. So I get to see Michelle, get to spend more time with her, and build a better connection.
But he seems humble, though.
Yeah.
That's what I heard.
And what if his friends just died? You know?
Wow.
But Joe gets. No, not the champagne.
They think this is the NBA
not
finals.
The champagne.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay.
Let us.
It's been on this whole time.
Oh, okay.
So
where were we? Oh boy, I am still so caught up. All right, so
Joe is
we had finished off with Jamie. Yes.
Nate and Joe. Those are my eye candy for the season.
Nate, Joe. But how about Brandon? You like Brandon?
Nate, Joe, and Brandon.
You like Clayton?
Yes, Clayton.
He hasn't had any airtime yet.
No.
Yeah.
But he is.
We liked Clayton.
We liked it from the very beginning when they were introducing.
The very beginning. We liked
his mom.
Clayton, and we liked that guy Nate.
Yeah.
And
you didn't like all the earrings.
For me, okay, that's who you liked. You liked Clayton, Nate, and
Joe. Until I found out he ghosted her.
And you liked Joe. For me, I liked Jamie, Brandon, and I like Rick.
I still don't.
I gotta write this down. Rick is the one whose head was off the thing, Mary.
So let's just call him Table Guy.
Okay, so you said Nate. I want to write it down so we know when we're gonna have a prize who she goes home with. Okay, Nate. Okay, who else did you say you liked?
Joe.
Clayton and Joe, right?
Yeah.
Clayton, Joe. All right, and then for me, I like Rick. I like Brandon. And I like, who else did I like? Jamie. Okay, Jamie, all right.
Jamie's on my like list. I don't love him like the other three, yes. But I like him.
Okay.
Now, the basketball dates. Joe and Michelle's chemistry.
There was some chemistry there.
Now, we weren't sure about Joe because we're like, why are you here? You ghosted our girl.
Right, and then now you show up.
Yeah. It's never a good sign when a guy goes to
some reason. And after we made the mistake about Jamie, I'm willing to give Joe
another chance.
Yeah, benefit of the doubt until we hear his story. Yeah. And obviously someone died.
And somebody died today.
That's why he was crying. So obviously something happened.
But he showed up and he showed out. Mm-hmm. And I think that is very commendable.
He seems to be very humble.
Yeah.
He seems to be very humble.
He doesn't seem to be somebody who's all out there trying to command attention, just...
Mm-hmm. Because even Clayton said that, he didn't say anything to us about his basketball stuff.
That's how it's so nice when you, shock somebody, mm-hmm. without them really knowing.
Yeah.
So I
and
like
even
Joe.
when he was playing, Clayton was like he wasn't bragging or whatever.
He was just playing
even
the
though,
game.
Yeah.
Yeah, and even though he lost,
mm-hmm.
he took it humbly. But Michelle and I
both
thought he should be
humble nature.
Yeah, I'm happy Michelle said he'd go to the date because I felt like he should. I mean, their chemistry was on point.
Michelle likes Joe. I think we all can see that. I just hope she fleshes it out, fleshes the whole thing out, all the other, because you never know.
Yeah.
Yeah. Remember Tasha and Zach? In the beginning, I didn't even know who Zach really was, but once.
Yeah, I didn't
very
recognize him
early
the end
though,
of the season.
Once he kissed her in that little.
She always trying to see how somebody kissed and make sure they know.
there was the passion there. The passion was there, and yes, then I was like, yeah, it's gonna be.
Yeah.
Zach.
I think we all could see with Zach because he was just confident who he was.
Always,
he was mature.
and always there for her. She didn't have to be his
mother.
The one thing I wanted to say about Michelle that I loved about her,
so sweet.
Her saying, she said to that guy, she says, "I'm capable of being your rock." I love the fact that it was almost like she was letting him know who she was and how she will fit in his life, instead of just him telling her about how he'll fit into her. So I think, and that was something that Jamie, when he talked about the third world countries, that's what he was looking for. He was going to check her out to see if she will match with him. So, I like that she said that without even knowing that that's what he's
Yeah.
That he wanted some kind of. Okay, well,
Okay,
it's on
it's on.
now.
I'm crushing on this girl, 100%.
And the
Michelle
juicy-
looks
Mama, you
so
have
good.
You have to stop it. It's still
Like,
on.
what else?
Oh, we're
What
keeping it
else?
on?
Like, you know,
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
What makes Michelle Michelle? You know, I want to know more and more and more and more.
How are you guys doing?
Good.
Michelle looks so good.
Well, I'm so happy you're here. You put in so much effort in that game. I know you're excited, Joe. You got the MVP. I'm happy to have you join us tonight. But tonight's about continuing to be intentional about that time because we're here to figure out if this could possibly work. And so let's continue to be vulnerable, challenge each other, and make the most of it.
Must be hot outside.
Yeah, it seems very hot. I have to come back here because I have to see. I still don't know all the people. Okay, so these are real.
I definitely want to take the opportunity.
Oh, he grabbed her first. Okay.
Open up with her about the sad news that I heard, and continue to build on our connection.
Okay.
I did want to say how much fun I had today. You said basketball is your first love, and it's also my first love. For me personally, I had a past basketball coach that actually recently passed away, and I found out today, you know, that happening was really heavy on me, and being on that date kind of like released me from those feelings, and it felt good to be out there and feel like myself again. So.
Well, first, I'm incredibly sorry to hear that.
Mm.
I understand how much coaches can be such a big part of your life.
He taught me a lot of things about the game of basketball, you know. And
She is such
he
a
was always my
sweetie.
biggest cheerleader too. You know, he was the guy when I was on the bench in high school that he was always trying to get me in there. He meant a lot for me. He was always trying to just help me out any way that he could. Felt like he was family, and to lose a family member, it's hard to digest. And I'm trying to keep composed right now, but yeah.
You don't ever have to be composed. It's okay to lose your composure. Especially like us athletes, right? Game things all the time. You know,
Yeah, you see?
Thank you.
Oh.
I appreciate that. That means a lot.
They'll make some pretty babies, okay?
You know, like, I don't know if it's basketball, I don't know if it's Minnesota, I don't know if it's both. But
I feel it too.
I've never had chemistry with anybody this off the charts so quickly that I was like so into getting to know, attracted to. I continually
They're kissing
and
y'all.
I felt like he was nice to me.
He's a kisser too.
Oh, they left them to go play basketball? Now, how you ghost her, Joe?
My time
She
with
into
Michelle,
him.
I'm really happy about it. I could see myself falling for her. I could see that.
Wow. Ooh.
Not dropping the basketball. Oh, child. Clayton fine though.
He is. I guess, what is it about him? Is the muscles?
It's the country strong man. Like, this man is built. This man is tall. This man got
He could
curly
just
hair. Like,
pick you up like this and just.
I'm sorry, but half this video is I'm talking about how fine the men are on the show.
Funny man, he's picking up the tongue.
That's okay. You're young. You can do that.
She acted like she wasn't doing it 2 seconds ago.
I guess I don't read into those things. Like, yeah, cool, whatever. I don't know. I'm just not sure. The guys
Yeah.
talking about Joe and Michelle. For me personally, I'm not gonna waste my time thinking about that. You know,
Good for
like, I
you.
just know that Michelle and I have something going
Good
on.
for you,
Be
Nate.
confident, man. That's what
Exactly.
Zach was. But he was subtle with it.
I mean, yeah. Don't let them get in your ear.
Yeah.
Like, he literally is my twin.
Oh, is that?
You have a picture with me?
I do have a picture.
You got a son?
Yes, I think he has a
Other
son.
guys, you know, I have no idea what's going on in their time. I'm not worried about it. You know, I'm just not.
Focus on Michelle.
Quick little spin, right?
What is he?
Martin, what are you doing?
I just wanted you.
Okay, he
Looking
just.
forward to my time
Can
with
we say
Michelle, not
cringe?
focusing on like everybody else.
Martin, that was cringe, and I think I remember him being cringe
I
again.
missed a lot of shots today, okay?
How the heck?
I mean, you can't just sit down and talk to her.
You get that all the time.
All the time. I had to let the guys, have the time. I didn't want to be the guy stealing the show, first protection rows, yeah, so I had to take it easy. But
I like
This is your guy, Nate. This is your guy.
I love him and all his 4 earrings, okay?
Yeah.
I'm really happy on
Can we just say his eyebrows are on fleek?
Opposites attract.
Like,
you got the 1,000
They more on
points.
fleek than mine.
But
there's nothing wrong with
he
that.
has beautiful eyebrows too. But I just love people who have those eyebrows because I don't have much. Mine are very sparse.
Well, I don't think he fills them in.
There's not a lot of guys that
No, I
I
think
think genuinely have the connection that me and Michelle have right now.
Ooh. Okay, now against the wall?
Not against the wall, child. Not against the wall. Not against the wall.
They have
Feeling like I'm on a cloud right now. The kissing was just like, oh my
yes,
God. Like, Michelle
we
is
see
out
it,
of this
Nate.
world. There's not a chance in hell that I'm not getting a rose tonight.
You might not get a rose. I think Joe got it in the bag.
It's the confidence man.
Let's be humble too now.
I know, yeah, that was kind of like,
Yeah, like
there's
he's
no
so
chance
sure.
I'm getting, Okay.
Zach was confident, but he was humble. He knew she could walk out with anybody else any minute.
I feel really grateful and lucky to
She
have
looking at Joe. Joe getting it. I'm calling it right now. What time is it?
So, I thank you. That being said, there's a group date rose on the table.
Ooh, group date rose. Hey,
Look at Spencer.
Tonight, I feel like
smiling.
this person really...
He's like, I just know I got it in the
You
bag.
know the thing is, Nate, he's not Spencer.
Joe.
I knew it. I caught it. I caught it.
Absolutely.
You see, look at Nate. Nate is leaning back. As though, yeah, I mean,
He got it in the bag.
Exactly. That's the only thing.
Martin, you didn't think you really had a chance, did you?
I wasn't supposed to
Stop it! He was a little creepy, but I don't know what he was doing. But anyway.
You're forcing me to tango. We can't sit down and talk.
connection that we're building. It shows that she sees me, and I'm happy about that. I got the rose flow at the moment.
The Rose Club.
I'm gonna see you tomorrow at the cocktail party with my
She's
rose.
not looking. Nate is being triggered because he's moving his leg. Ooh, Joe is like, okay.
I'm very disappointed just because it means that he had a better connection than I did.
You had no chance in hell, Martin.
Well-
He's a very quiet guy. He's very reserved. But, Joe's a silent assassin 100%.
He says silent assassin. Yeah,
Feel
well.
stuck with this.
I'm stuck on Martin thinking he had a chance. You're forcing me to tango
Okay, Briggs.
instead of
Are
us
we
just
stopping?
talking. I mean, why are we tangoing?
Oh, do the tango?
Yeah, with
Maybe that was
Michelle.
just
He
his
said,
way.
he said, oh, I
I
don't
think he
even
was
know.
a little nervous, like, how do I,
No, he was trying to put his tongue down her throat. He said, oh, I don't know how to tango. I just wanted you here. Huh?
Oh, he doesn't know how to tango.
That's what he said.
Oh, okay. I missed that thoroughly. I don't know how I missed that. Anyway.
Anyway, you really thought you had a chance? He might be going home next rose ceremony.
You think so? Okay, I mean,
I think he going home. I actually think he might be going home because I don't think Michelle really that into him. I'm sorry, you're not going to force me to tango.
it's kind of like, maybe, you know what who he reminds me of? He reminds me of Bennett. No, bring up. Okay.
That man who was obsessed with Noah.
Okay, no.
You talking about that one?
Yes, remember Bennett because remember they were doing something like some kind of picture or something, and then did he call her over and try to kiss her during the group date or something? That was a little cringy.
That was.
I think that was
vomited.
on the Richter scale. I think that was higher than what Martin did. Because I remember,
For sure. But right
Yeah.
now, he's the cringiest person on this season.
Martin.
Yeah.
We haven't seen all of them though yet.
I have seen is definitely Martin. He's top one. He got the number one pick.
Okay. Okay, well, a lot to unpack still. We will be back.
Yeah, my leg dying.
I know, because my leg is on this chair because I have problems with my legs, but so she has to kind of climb
and I have to be in this tiny space.
Well, I mean, it's quite a bit.
Let's not lie to each other, okay?
Okay.
Martin's spreading rumors.
Okay, now.
Time here is limited, and there's no chance that I spend my time.
I am drinking green.
Look at here, good for you.
What do you say?
It's just a sort of thing of like, do you guys know each other already? And are we really starting from the same spot?
Ooh, Jamie also.
The big issue.
She likes what she likes, you know, and in the real world, when it comes to dating, she's gonna go with who she wants to go with. So we have to do our part.
I personally feel like, hold on a second, like if we're all here to be authentic, like take number one challenge.
Jamie.
How is it not authentic?
Jamie again with drama.
2 red flags.
And Martin, you see how quiet Martin is now all of a sudden?
Doing your thing, doing their thing. I'm just ready to do my thing. You know what I mean?
And Spencer was the only one that wasn't trying to buy into it.
Malik 36.
Stop making assumptions.
Yes.
Hands down.
She set an agreement for what the space is supposed to be.
So you're dating today now that she's not here for the right reasons, is that what you're saying?
I'm just saying, like that seems to be what I'm hearing. Like,
Is that what you're hearing? Is that what you're thinking and feeling?
Ooh!
Yeah, this actually does seem off. This does seem suspicious. After actually really spending time with Michelle on our one-on-one, now there is a connection. And so if it is true,
there's a connection. She gave you a rose. Please, Jamie, let it not be.
Don't keep that from me.
Oh my God.
I guess for me personally, man, before I got here, I got some information from a friend that lives in Minneapolis, and he was walking into a bar and happened to see a girl walking out, and when he went back to go sit with his girlfriend, they were like, oh, that's Michelle, she's the Bachelorette, she's already brewed up with a tall, light-skinned baller.
What?
I mean, for me personally,
he heard it from a friend of a friend.
But you here on the show to date her?
Oh my God. You know something?
No, now it's like, yo, everybody's talking about it. And it's like pretty much every room that I walked into, I don't think people are talking.
What?
You see how the 2 gossiping ninnies are the ones only there?
And now look, Martin looks like though he's feeling bad, like because he's going really deep. Okay, Jamie.
He is off of the like list.
Okay, so how he was. Flags. Okay, so he's a red flag. I'm done. I'm done with him.
He's actually a red banner.
And then he.
Now you're coming to kiss her?
No.
They can't bring that information back to me. So this is something I need to address.
So now he's going to lie on them. Let's see.
Talk to you about
okay.
There's been a whole bunch of talk today about this kind of feeling that maybe you might have known Joe before here. For me personally, I just don't really care because I feel like whatever happened before getting here, like, has nothing to do with me.
Oh, so that's a lie.
Like, everybody else keeps feeling it.
I don't like Jamie anymore, and I will not go back to that.
And about trust.
While I am sorry what happened to him with his family, certain characteristics he just has not developed, and one of them is just honesty, maturity.
And the connection that we built here.
And how old is he? Hold on, let me see.
You got the notes.
Do you feel like
he's 32.
people are questioning me in a way that's like disrespectful?
He is. Not people. Just him. Alone.
He says taking on the life of its own.
Also could potentially extend outside of just this bubble here.
What?
Before I came here, I happened to have a friend from Minneapolis, and actually happened to have ran into you. He was walking into a bar, and he saw you walking out. He's like, wait, that girl looks kind of familiar. And goes back to go sit with his girlfriends, and they're like, oh, that's Michelle. She's a Bachelorette. He's like, no way. My boy's going on that show. And their response from there was, well, that's super interesting because she's already booed up. She's been out with a tall, light-skinned baller.
Okay. I don't think he's going to get a rose. I think Michelle is going to say, give me back the rose. Wow.
Jamie.
No, I do appreciate that because I'm a person who likes to just squash it. I think maybe then I need to take a minute right now to kind of figure out how to address it just because.
Donuts.
Down the donuts.
We have our cat here.
Very
Trying to knock over.
She's literally trying to come in front there and sit in front of the
Yeah, she wants to say hi.
That's what she's doing.
Every single wall. That's what I want to get.
Introduce her. Why does Michelle have to cry every rose ceremony? This is really getting out
I
of.
think where I'm struggling most is that I don't know who believes in me and who doesn't.
Thank you, Jamie. Absolutely.
Jamie came to her.
I feel good. I feel good because
You feel good
I know
because
there's
you
nothing there with
lied?
Joe and Michelle from before. I don't feel like I need to hear the words.
Okay, that's our cat.
Look at her face.
Okay.
Say hi to Donnie. This
I
is
think she took it well.
Donut.
Please, Mama. You're on my leg.
My leg,
sweetie.
my leg,
Okay.
my leg, my leg.
Okay, your leg. Okay, honey. Maybe just. Okay, sorry. Just maybe sit on the edge and then. Okay, sorry. Are you okay?
The relationships where
We have your bottom.
I feel connected and felt really good about them.
We're gonna be enjoying my side view for now.
I'm sorry.
Like right now I'm questioning, did I make the right decision to come here? Like I want to find my person.
You made the wrong
Jamie's
decision.
here talking about how everybody was talking about it. Really, it was just him and the other ninny
instinct when he talked in that group with those guys
was on point.
was on point about the third world countries. Yeah,
And you know,
it was
her
on point.
instincts are never
I
off.
thought it was ignorant of him, just even saying third world countries. I don't even use that term. It's a term that was not created by people in the third world countries anyway. So it was created by other people. And so I don't use, a lot of people don't use that term who
Yeah.
are knowledgeable. And if he has traveled the way he has traveled,
Or
you just
says he
wonder
has.
why he will even say that.
Yeah.
Like, I just get up and go to third world countries.
On a
why
day's
don't you,
notice.
why don't you just say, I just get up and go to go?
I
just
just
get
like
up and
to travel.
and go to a country anytime I feel like. How come it's only third world countries you get up and just jump up and go to?
Were
You don't
trying
get
to
up and
show-
go to anybody else?
Were you trying to show
I
deep?
mean, the second world countries. I don't even know if that is that a term.
Were you trying to be deep?
The
I don't
first
know.
world countries. So that was a red flag. See, that's why I have to learn to listen to my instincts.
And her instincts are never off.
And
There
they-
has never been a time she has ever led me wrong.
Mhm.
Like, she will say, oh, a friend, that friend is not your friend. About a year later, the relationship will end horribly.
Yeah.
And I'll be like, you were right. I hate to admit it, but you were right. But just the fact that you came to Michelle talking as if this whole group of people, like all 20
No,
guys,
it was you
knew.
who
It was
really
just
went
you.
deep into it.
It was Martin. It was Martin and him. All the other two guys.
Well, like, I don't care. I don't want to
They
know.
were like,
I'm
we
not,
don't care. We don't want to
listen,
know.
It
They
doesn't
walked
matter.
away.
I'm doing my own thing.
And it said a lot that the only two men that were really trying to gossip and start some stuff about Michelle were the only ones there standing there. They left them because
That's they walked away.
y'all are having beta male syndrome. Like, why are you there
I don't even know what
talking
the
badly
beta male is.
about Michelle and then you're here spreading even more rumors? And then Martin's like, oh, shit. This is getting
I know
too deep.
it got really deep. Well, I think I think what Martin felt was like it became too nasty. Like it became too like he was being too like mean. Like
Jamie
like
just jumped off the cliff and was like, F it. I was like, okay.
I mean, he's just like and then he said
just started adding on top of adding, and then like, and then you
and
came
then-
and told
you know-
Michelle that,
and then-
oh, I don't find it's not a big deal to me. Really?
You know the other thing that gets me too. I'm going to tell you the other thing that gets me, and this is how you can tell with people when they talk. You can tell a lot by someone when they talk. You know who has manners, who has class, and who doesn't. And class is just having manners. That's what class is. You're not high class because of the money or the education you have. You're high class because of the manners you have, and you're low class because of the manners you don't have. Now,
It's about how you treat the janitor up to the CEO.
Exactly.
Okay.
When he says, my boy told me that, she booed up with a light-skinned basketball player. That term light-skinned, you see the term. Why? We have to as black folk, we got to get out of this light skin, dark skin stuff. When you're describing someone, you can say she's put up with a basketball player. Does he have to be light skinned? Does he have to be dark skinned? Does he have to be
Does
this
it
or
even
does it have
matter?
to be what the skin color is?
Yeah, and then just
You
the
know,
way you said it, like with so much disgust.
Yes.
But if your friends,
And when he said booed up, meaning as if she's in some kind of weird relationship
Yeah,
look at him, and then
my
you
thing
said
is like you
so,
said you heard it before you came on the show. If you heard that, why are you on the show? Why are you on the show?
Why didn't you ask her before? And I hope
and
Michelle,
why even bother if you believe that? But you're just starting stuff for no reason.
Unfortunately, I don't know if Michelle is going to have the time to flesh it out, because remember in Matt's season when they lied on someone. Remember, and then
Matt was dropping people left and right,
and then Matt let the person go, but she had been lied on. Remember, I can't even remember who the person was, but someone lied on her, and he took the liar's side and sent that person home.
And Victoria turned out to be crazier than a bat.
It was Victoria, wasn't it? Yeah,
Queen Victoria.
Yeah,
my apologies.
She's on anyway. Anywho,
but yes,
let's continue. Now who else is there? Oh, Tasha. Okay.
We love her.
Yes.
You okay?
No, she's not okay.
No, she's not.
So I had a one-on-one with Jamie, and he told me that there's been like a ton of talk in their house about like me and Joe, and that we had a relationship before this. People were constantly talking about it, but
he meant himself.
Didn't have a relationship with Joe or anybody. Everybody definitely started that, and even playing field when this whole thing started.
Yeah, tell him that.
Yeah, no, I totally will. Just it's hard because you can do all of these things to like, show your true character, and then it's like questioned. And if I'm being bluntly honest, they honestly don't know who to trust.
They don't what?
Can we run back the tape so Michelle can see the liar?
Hold on.
It's tough.
Oh yeah, she said she doesn't know who to trust. Yeah.
Hurt.
She's so hurt. Her eyes are so red. I don't like her putting her through this. She already cried enough on Matt's season. I don't want anyone making Michelle cry anymore.
She doesn't deserve it.
She doesn't.
Okay. Ready?
All right.
This situation, I know that I want to address it, but Jamie said the whole house is questioning.
It's not even the whole house. It's Martin and Jamie.
Jamie is
a
like, he said
liar.
anytime he walks into a group, they're talking about her and this guy. That's what he said.
But the date wasn't the date today. So how has everybody gotten a chance to talk about it?
Thank you.
Look at Jamie hiding.
I
Look, shifty eyes.
was made aware that
Shifty
there
eyes.
was a lot of conversation in the house about whether or not Joe and I knew each other before. What I want you guys to know is that that first night when all of y'all walked in was the first night that I was meeting every single one of you for the first time. Joe and I exchanged a few messages quite a few years back.
Okay.
We kind of joke about it now, but Joe ghosted me after 2 messages, and like that was that.
Joey's like, please don't tell that story because I don't want to hear. I do.
Me being spotted with a light-skinned basketball dude before the show, and being
Clayton is
color,
so annoyed.
Yeah.
In Minnesota. Anytime I'm with a man of color, we're a couple. That's what everyone sees it as. I could have a romantic dinner with a white guy in the restaurant and nobody would say, oh, they're a couple, but because it's another black man, we're supposed to be together.
Yeah.
And it's frustrating.
Yeah.
Because I'm open to all of you.
Yeah.
What I want to do for you guys is I want to open it up for questions. I want you guys to ask me if you have any reservations.
Nobody knew about this except for Jamie and Martin. So everybody's confused.
Olu looks upset. Olu is like, I am not for this business here.
I'm not joking.
Nobody has nothing to say because nobody knew about this except for Martin and Jamie.
I don't feel like it necessarily should be a quiet room.
Because nobody knew, Michelle. That's why it's quiet.
Hold on.
Okay, let me excuse myself then.
People are gonna be like,
did I miss every conversation happening in the house? I feel like I've spent a good amount of time with you.
See?
And I actually am shocked because I haven't once
heard
talked about
them two know each other.
Bro, I'm
So
right there with you. I feel so
okay,
lost.
cool.
I
I just
feel
want to
so
make sure I'm not
lost.
the only one. For me, the biggest part is that she thinks now that we, as a collective, as a house, question.
Y'all should have said that.
No, Jamie is a liar.
Yeah, who told her that? Someone had to tell her that like.
Let's see if he will have. I don't want to say balls, but I want to see if he'll have the, the cojones.
The cojones.
Will Jamie have the cojones to say, okay?
The way I look at it, man, is somebody here told a story to Michelle, blew it completely out of proportion, and made it seem like the whole house is talking about. I don't give a who had that conversation with Michelle, but let that person save face, but just know that I think that you were soft.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't.
That's it. Why you making that
Being the one that everybody's talking about.
Look at him. You're soft.
But
You
also, I
are.
don't really care.
You only get so much time with Michelle, so who really had time to talk to her about, like,
Yeah.
Jones?
Like, I'm not gonna jump in and be like, yeah, I was me. I'm not dedicated to being like the nice guy or the good guy. That's not it.
You're a
I
liar.
just hate the fact that it's supposed to be dumb, bro. You feel me? You feel me, right?
No, he doesn't feel you. I promise you, Nate. Nate,
Man
I
is
promise
a
you,
liar.
Nate. He does not feel you.
It's gonna be the snake in
He
the
don't
grass.
feel you.
So wow.
Like, it might have been an accumulation of chatter. That's what it was.
What?
The person that told Michelle about this was definitely trying to stir the pot. It's someone here that's a piece of that's trying to start drama. I need to talk with Michelle, let her know how I feel and how much I care for her, and that I trust her.
Michelle is very emotional. She feels like her character was in question.
Mm-hmm. I hope
She does want you all to know that she appreciates this being brought to her attention. Communication is
Way in the back,
very
Jamie.
important to Michelle. Unfortunately, Michelle at this point is just emotionally drained, and she's decided to cancel the cocktail party. So she will see all of you at the rose ceremony.
Can Jamie go home?
No, it never happens that way. Okay.
Jamie, you
Oh my
are
goodness.
there, yeah, man, yeah, the man who did this really is a piece of shit, and like you were there agreeing with people, and
You know
you're
what
like,
what's so
you're not.
funny?
And when say you were insulting him, he said he can't make these effed up face like, like, wow, like
You know what is so funny? What the guy said, Nate, your boo. What your boo say? What he said, you feel me, man. You feel me. Okay, you know something?
This idiot, this man was like, yeah, I feel you. No, he don't feel you, Nate. He don't feel you. He the snake in the grass. He the
He
snake.
does not feel you, Nate. Okay. Alrighty, so she's gonna go straight to the rose ceremony. Who do you think she's gonna get rid of?
They should, she should
You know
pull
what
a
is gonna
Matt
be so
and
nice?
and cancel the person who started the drama.
No,
and
but
the
he
men
did not
should have
do
just
that,
stood up and been
remember?
like, nobody heard that. We're actually confused. But
No.
men sometimes they don't want to like to speak up. Not all men, but y'all could have just easily said, "Yo, we actually have not heard this rumor." So I'm
that's
actually
what
confused.
they were saying. That's what they were
But
saying.
they said it after she left.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
She said, like, I'm here for questions. Like, I'm not even joking like this. I'm opening this up for questions.
Right now.
And nobody said anything.
You know what I wish? I wish
I'm gonna
that
excuse
the
myself.
Apple guy, what is his name? I think I wrote it because
We
I
call
wrote.
him
I said
Granny
Apple.
Smith because he
Let
came
me
in
see.
wearing a red
I put
Apple
Apple
costume.
here. Yeah, Apple guy, Rodney.
You and these notes.
I have to because I have to see who is who. But Rodney, what you said, it would have been nice if what he said after she left, he said so where he says, am I missing something? I've been in the house all this time. I don't hear any of that stuff. Maybe if he had said that, that would give her pause to think, well, if he didn't hear it and he's usually in the house with everybody, could it be Jamie, who is the snake? And she was in Matt's season. I don't know if she's watched the whole Matt season. Maybe she didn't because it hurt her. However, she should, because she would have seen that someone lied to Matt. He sent that person home. And then, I mean, he didn't just send them home, but he said, like, in a group. He didn't pick them when it was time to give out the roses.
Well, he went to go talk to her. Mm-hmm. And then, based on that talk, I guess because she didn't defend herself enough, he sent her home expeditiously.
Oh, he did? Okay.
Yep.
So my thing is, probably Michelle didn't watch it because she was so hurt with, the whole Matt thing. Maybe she didn't watch it because if she had watched that, she would have known that some of these people lie. They will lie. And you may not find out, but if she had watched all of Matt's season,
or just watched The Bachelorette or Bachelorette, period.
Yeah, that's why I don't think she has watched Matt's season completely.
Or watched The Bachelor, Bachelorette.
Because if she had, she would have known that some of these people lie. The one who comes to you usually is the one who is in the soup.
Because why are you in drama? That's not why you're there, And just the fact that you're doing all this or whatever, now you're saying, I'm not here to be the good guy. Well, now you look like the villain, and you look like a horrible person. Because you're there lying in front of everybody's face, and then you're trying to act like...
And I was saying, even when he and her were up there, it felt as though he was not as into her as she was up on the rock. His eyes kept on shifting away from hers, and her eyes were steady on him. So, I am done with Jamie. I'm done. He's lacking some. I'm just done with Jamie. Obviously, he's playing the game. Obviously, probably they might even keep him around or whatever. But yeah,
for the drama.
I am.
But
I'm
I
really
really
Jamie.
hope...
Let me put the line through it. He is no longer my person. I am.
Well, you see, I didn't really like him from the beginning.
Yeah, you actually did not like him. I liked him. He seemed, yeah. I'm putting a line. That's it. The line has gone through. Yes. Jamie. So I only have 2 people, Rick and Brandon.
I still have my
If she lets Rick or Brandon go, I'm going to be so upset. Okay.
It's time for the rose ceremony.
Cocktail party is canceled. So now we're just going on into the rose ceremony.
Hey, Will.
Judges in the house are questioning her character. She seems very upset.
Look at Jamie.
I really want a shot at love.
Will sweating like a pig.
Is that Will?
That's Will.
He's the one who was arguing with Peter.
Oh yeah, he's one that called him a narcissist.
Yeah, so he probably will be going. Him and Peter, maybe. There's still a lot of men.
This is amazing, but I didn't get a chance to speak
Chris is
with
short.
her, so I'm probably gonna leave tonight.
Poor Michelle.
I just feel so bad for her.
And it's unfortunate because Jamie already has a rose.
Poor Jamie. No,
Poor
Jamie. Joe. You mean Joe?
Oh.
Oh, yeah. Jamie. Jamie already has a rose, yeah.
We can't take it back.
I wish we could.
Tonight
It would be great.
did not end how I had hoped, but I'm going to continue to try to keep my walls down and stay vulnerable when right now I want to put them back up. I also need you to understand that with accepting a rose tonight, you're accepting to trust me as I will do with each of you.
Jamie is the snake in the grass.
Nate?
Nate's okay. Nate's gets first rose, okay?
I wasn't surprised about that.
Mr. Overconfidence.
Yeah. He needs to humble himself just a little bit. Take a page out of Zach's book. You just know he fine. That's how you be.
I mean, well, you got it.
Rodney?
You like Rodney. I only think we can say we like people now because look at Jamie.
Trust is a huge thing, especially with Michelle. Someone told her why. It's just the shady thing to do, and it's very twisted.
Martin?
Yikes. So these are the ones
you got
who started.
this.
Everything that happened tonight, I feel like I could be sabotaged, and I feel like my future could be in jeopardy, and I could be going home tonight when I didn't think that about an hour ago. I'm just really upset in the whole situation.
I can't believe she gave that to
I'm worried
Martin.
about, like, my relationship with Michelle.
Well, she don't know, so.
You said this was.
Yes, please.
Yes, please. Martin's fake. You got this. I can't believe that.
Those are the ones. After they've done their stuff, they're the ones in your face.
Overcompensating.
I have lived long
What's
enough
his
to
name?
know
I didn't
that.
have time at the cocktail
I
party
don't know
because
his-
of the drama that went down, which I'm definitely frustrated with.
I know. I liked him too, actually. I can't remember. I don't know what his name
I
is.
did not have that opportunity to actually put myself out there.
At least the guys who were Chris G. Okay, so this is Chris G.
Oh, he's a motivational speaker.
Oh, okay. Who
is
I
he?
like Chris G. Who is that? Who's that one? I don't know. I don't know who he is. Oh, that's Casey. Chris G.
Chris G.
Okay. I like him.
Where is Clayton?
Don't love, but I like him.
Accept this rose.
Who's Clayton? Oh,
Country
Clayton.
strong.
Oh, please don't get rid of him, Michelle. Clayton.
Don't take away our eye candy.
And that just was not true.
Malik.
Malik. Okay, good. I'm happy Malik got it because Malik.
Because he was mature.
He was standing up for her.
I'm nervous that won't have a chance.
So the two people who were standing
Malik,
up for her.
why didn't you say anything though? You were right there when it was all going down.
He doesn't want to make any waves.
Olu.
Olu, Bidi.
Oh,
Yes,
Ashes.
Olu.
I do.
I'm very much on edge right now because I
Clayton
thought I was
is
going to get
fine.
time. And
I think she
didn't.
likes Clayton though.
Princess.
I'm hoping.
Well, we haven't really
Things are
seen
starting
them
to get tense
together.
with every rose that
That's
passes.
true.
My name still hasn't been called.
Oh,
Will.
Come on, don't say Clayton.
Will.
I really do want a rose.
Who was-
If I were to
who
sit
was-
home without even being able
Oh, it's
to
four left.
convey to her who I am, it would bother me.
Romeo.
Romeo.
I don't know.
I don't. Yeah.
You said this rose.
Yes. Really had enough of the drama this week. I really did.
I'm really trying to
I'm
pursue
praying to
love
God
the
that
right
Peter
way,
go home.
And I
Really?
got some clown over here trying to get in the way
I
of
don't know why
my
he's
progress
there.
with Michelle.
Okay.
LT.
Elsie don't need to be there either.
So I didn't get that time with her tonight because that was robbed from me this evening. I'm gonna be so pissed if I get sent home week 2 because of not getting time with her.
Clayton.
Thank God!
Yeah, that's your guy. That's your guy. I'm sorry, but he's so big that I don't think. As soon as you see him, you what do you think? Protector?
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
So I don't think
protector.
any woman, will.
Tasha
whatever.
looks so good every single time I see her. That dress.
And I love this other. I don't know what her name is, though, but her face is just glowing. The other hostess. You
Who is
know?
she?
I don't know her name, but I think I don't know if her name is. She used to be a Bachelorette.
Oh.
But yeah, her face is so glowing. All her whole face. Like, I want to know what her skin routine is. Her face is glowing. You were saying that the other day.
Peter.
Oh my goodness. Peter.
Just shoot me
Well,
down.
no. Peter, I mean, he's just, he's Italiano. Italiano has the
He-
passion. That's
he
why.
do too much. He do too much.
Okay, so who did she not choose?
That was the guy with the fire truck.
Gentlemen,
He's
I'm
gone.
sorry, but if you did not receive a rose,
Okay, I didn't know this
take a
person.
moment and say your goodbyes.
Oh, 3 guys.
This
left.
guy, the way he rolled his eyes, like,
Well, I guess it's good that you went home. Rolling your
yeah, the way
eyes.
you rolled.
At the cocktail party tonight, there is someone who wanted to stir the pot. I don't know who conjured this up.
Oh, he didn't get a rose. No, that's Romeo.
I kind of feel like
Oh, he
this
just,
person
he was just
will
wanting, okay.
make some kind of other mistake. It's a pleasure being here. And will eventually be exposed.
What's still a big question mark in everyone's mind is who spoke to Michelle.
I appreciate all of you, and I'm hoping that this process is still going to allow me to find my person. And let's make this next week a lot better.
Jamie seems so fake.
Someone is insecure and they're scared
That's
and
Casey.
they're lashing out.
This is
Cheers to finding us only.
Cheers.
there's a rat in our midst.
Oh, yes.
Two.
I hope someone lays a little rat trap.
Coming up next week on The Bachelorette.
All right, let's see what's happening next week.
I don't really know who to trust right now.
A lot of people really being genuine and authentic. I'm
Jamie,
ready to do
please.
whatever it takes for Michelle.
All right now.
They're all putting their hearts on the line.
Oh my gosh.
I feel on top of the world right now.
She brings out the absolute best in me.
You feel like you
Poison.
I do. I could see myself falling in love with one of them.
It's so crazy. There's just not really a competition between me and the guys that are here.
How did he think he'd get away with it?
What the?
I'm gonna keep exposing you.
This man is with pushball. What?
That's Jamie.
He's manipulating us and her. Do you see how hurt she was? Did you see that?
Trust is something
That's why I like
that
Brandon.
makes or breaks a relationship.
It is absolutely.
Jamie's crying.
Jaws on the floor.
What, Joe? What happened? What?
It can come crashing down.
The drama continues.
I've seen Jamie cry twice in this commercial.
Was he crying?
He was
Okay,
like,
no, turn this off. Turn it off. Okay, so a long one. Hopefully, the next ones maybe we'll be able to make it shorter.
Most
You
likely
guys
not.
let us know. If it's too long or if it's too short, or what you.
And let us know what other shows you want us to review. We're going to do Married at First Sight on Wednesday.
We've been watching that for years.
Yes, but it's towards the end, but we still want to give our input.
Yeah.
I think everybody's getting divorced. We'll save that for Wednesday. Sorry.
Yes.
Married at First Sight.
Yes.
That's tomorrow.
And maybe we can just give like a whole, since we've been watching it all season. It's almost at the end now. Maybe we can just give like a little summary or synopsis of what. Not a summary, but what we think.
Yeah, and we'll also review the episode as well. And then but welcome to Mary and
Amma.
We are the mommy-daughter duo. And we basically, review shows. We give advice, from our own life experiences, just advising women and talking about relationships or whatever. So comment down below what you guys want to hear us talk about or whatever. Mm-hmm. But we will be uploading a video most likely every Sunday talking about a different topic. But you guys will be seeing us every week for sure. But thank you guys for joining us tonight. Night.